calling for a new ethic. Developed nations have a duty not only to share our wealth, but also to encourage sources that produce wealth.
Why do people go out there and try to protest or try to, do something? That isn't mindless violence. The mindlessness is sitting there doing dope, watching MTV, and then you go and get a job and you just schlep along. I mean, to me, that's violent. Targeted property damage or property destruction is necessary. It does break out of the confines of the politics as usual. What do you achieve by holding a sign, doing the protest as usual stuff? I've seen decades of it. It doesn't do anything. People pay no attention. Why should they pay any attention? It's not worthy of attention. But when people fight, that is something. It does grab the attention, and it should, because it's real stuff. It isn't just this symbolic game of, oh, it makes me feel good, I have my sign and stuff. Well, I don't care about that. If it was valid, if it was not ineffective, much better. I would much rather have a nice, polite, peaceful, nobody is put in danger, nobody gets hurt, no one gets arrested, nobody gets hit on the head by a cop, and not even a window is broken. Ideal. Except it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Property damage, property damage, property destruction, property damage, property damage, property destruction, property destruction, property damage, property damage, property destruction, property destruction, property damage, property damage, property destruction, 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 destruction.
I'm calling for a new ethic.
Corporate property is the most obvious legitimate target in my view. Banks, expensive stores, chains like Starbucks and so forth. People understand that as part of the global system, part of this encroaching, standardized, destructive form that is wiping out all differences, all freedom. Property damage, property damage, property destruction, property destruction, property damage, property damage, property destruction, property destruction, property damage, property damage, property destruction, property destruction, property damage, property destruction. People for 2 million years didn't destroy the natural world. They didn't have war. They had leisure time, so forth and so on. That's what primitivism refers to in one way. And to me, that's very inspiring.
this new world, the people will get back their own culture again. To this new world, we will have a new set of values. There will be a big paradigm shift, a big global mind shift, where people will suddenly say, I don't want a fancy car. Where people will suddenly say, I don't want another Big Mac. Where people will suddenly say, I don't want to wear any diesel jeans. Where people will suddenly say, I want to have a simple, fulfilling life. Where people will suddenly say, I want to have a simple, fulfilling life.
I want something else.
A simple, fulfilling life.